Light.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Outlier podcast. As always, I'm your host, Saul, here with my co-host, Mr. Rogelio Quintero. Before we get into the hot seat of the day, do you have one? No, right?
I was trying to think of one, but you started the
Got-
pod, so I
You,
guess we gotta roll with
I'm,
it.
I'm sure you could think of one on the spot.
We'll see.
Um, Before we get into that, I want to talk about a little venture we want to start. So I was curious to know how many of you guys would be interested in purchasing a T-shirt. That would be around 20 to 25 bucks, just basically with like an Outlier logo or something simple, right? Nothing crazy. We just want to know who's interested in taking part of that. Please let us know in the comments. Drop a like and comment a number 1 if you would be down, and that way we know how many to obviously order and to prepare. Right? I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do like a 20 shirt run, which
20
is
pieces.
not a lot.
Yeah, 20 pieces would probably be best. And just so you all know, this would be like a one-time design thing. So if y'all are planning on like, you know what, I'll wait till later on. This is the only time that you'll be able to get this design. It's like an OG design, which we haven't even thought of yet. But the point is that we want to do a run to get an idea of what to go for in the future because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's inevitable where we want to start making some type of branding. And so we want to start off with t-shirts. We want to see how many of you all would want to support us in that way. So if you want to be part of like the OGs, grab yourself a shirt of this 20 piece, obviously limited, and yeah, rock with us in that way.
Yeah, let us know. Or if no one fucking says shit, we're not gonna make any. And the thing with these are is we don't really care about the profit. We just wanna literally make something cool. Like, that's our goal. Just is put something out there. The profit, honestly, I don't care. As long as I break even, I'm fine. But yeah, just something to think about and let us know about that. Anyways, we're gonna get right into the hot seat question. I have one. I already told you it, but you haven't answered, so I'm gonna tell you it
Yeah.
again. So basically, let's say your son is about 13 years old, right? For those of you who don't know, he actually does have a son. So this is like a perfect scenario for you because this not that it could be real, right? But you feel it a little bit more, right? Than
Yeah.
someone like me who doesn't have a son, right? So let's say your son is 13, around that age, and he's like away at summer camp or something, and like he's swimming with another boy or whatever, right? And he ends up accidentally drowning the other boy, right? And so the other boy passes or whatever. And here's the thing though, no one saw, so it's completely just them two alone. And the first person he goes to for help or to let know of the situation is you. And he goes, "Dad, what do I do? I don't want to go to jail forever. Like it was an accident. I didn't know. Blah blah blah." Right. So what do you do in this situation, and how do you handle it?
I think this is very easy, if I'm being completely honest, although I feel like it's a situation where it's easier said than done. So like what I'm saying is obviously, a lot easier for me to speak about it than to actually be going through it, but you got to come clean. I would tell my son that listen, it's an accident, meaning that it's going to be considered a manslaughter at worst. At worst, because depending on what it is, because let's say like it was the fault was mainly on the other kid. I mean, nobody's at fault, right? But let's just say like the fault is a little bit on his hands. If he wasn't intentionally trying to take him out, as I'm gonna tell him, son, look, at the end of the day, you got to take responsibility for it, not just for you, but for the other family. You know how anxiety works as well. Like you, I'm talking to you, right?
Yeah.
Anxiety is going to build the more that you try to hide it. If you try to run away from the law and try to hide something, then it's going to look like you committed a murder. So I'm gonna tell him, look, you gotta come clean. You gotta explain everything that happened truthfully, and that is gonna be the best case scenario. If you end up serving time, you gotta serve your time, but you're not gonna spend life in prison for manslaughter. You know what I mean? So I would tell him it's gonna be tough, but you have to man up to it. And I think that's the better route because you're gonna clear your conscience, and not just with the law, but with yourself, you're gonna feel better about it.
Okay, and let's say he tells you that, and then you tell him that, and then he goes, "All right, Dad. Here's the truth. It it wasn't really an accident. I didn't like this guy. This guy bullied me a couple times, and I noticed he wasn't a strong swimmer, and no one was around, and so I took an opportunity, and I did what I did because I was angry at him, right? And I'm sorry. I just acted on emotion. I just didn't like this guy. Blah blah blah. It wasn't an accident. Do
It
I
was
still
intentional.
do I still do the same thing
I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I'd probably be super disappointed, like
at first?
pretty heartbroken. You know what I mean? Because that would be a testament of how I did as a father. You know what I mean? That's gonna show that I didn't teach my son how to correctly distribute his emotions in certain situations. That I didn't teach him how to properly deal with people in the proper ways and not let other people's opinions about him, bother him as much. But uh, ultimately, bro, I want to say the same thing, although that's a lot more difficult because my son will be going away to jail
Yeah,
for forever.
like 10 years
Um,
at least.
if I'm being completely honest, I would strongly suggest him to come clean. I would not force his hand on doing it, even if it was the other way around, manslaughter. But I'm gonna tell him, hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie for you. I'm not gonna do anything like that for you. I gotta stay out of this. I would strongly suggest for your conscience and for, you know, to better your sentence if possible, you gotta come clean. And I know that's a hard thing to do, and maybe most parents won't do that, but I just think that like morally, that's just the correct thing to do.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I don't know if I would do the same thing. I think I think he tells me it's on purpose, and he's like, I don't know how it is to love a son, but I don't know, bro. I feel like I'd be that parent that'd be like, fuck, bro, we gotta cover this shit. We gotta cover this shit up.
You going to Mexico?
We gotta, put his body somewhere and be like, I don't, what the fuck happened to him?
Yeah, dude. Like, so like my son, I feel like is an extension of
You
myself.
you
If
know
I'm
you
being-
know what this reminds me of? Which now thinking about it, I don't think I could be this parent because like actually seeing it happen, I don't respect those people, so I don't think I could be those people. Did you ever hear
Mhm.
about what happened to what was her name? Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie? No?
Maybe you could tell the story, but I
Okay,
don't I
so
don't know the names.
briefly, real quick. So Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito were boyfriend girlfriend, and they would travel to like around the country, like in a camper van, whatever. And so they went on this month long trip, I think. And Brian returned home by himself, right? And the parents were trying to call Gabby, like trying to see how the trip is going, blah blah blah. She wouldn't answer, so they called Brian, and then Brian's like, "Yeah, I'm already home. What's up?" Yeah, and they're like, "Okay, well, where's my daughter? Is she's with you, right?" They're like, and then I think he just kind of was like, "No, she stayed. Like we got in a fight, and she didn't want to come with me, whatever." And so that's as far as like he would acknowledge. And so the parents knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was they still haven't proved this, right? Because of what happened, but they found her remains at the park where they were visiting. And so for like two months he was home or something like that. His parents People speculate that the parents of Brian knew what he did because they were hiding him. They were like, "Oh, Brian's not here. Brian hasn't talked to us, whatever." But people know that he was in the house, and so basically the parents were helping the son cover up his tracks,
Mhm.
and yeah, so it ended up looking like he killed her, and then he took his life before they could arrest him. So yeah, and the parents kind of gave him a head start because they were like holding the cops back with information. So
Yeah.
because of that, he took his life, and no one ever got to the bottom of the truth, really. But we all know that Brian did it because you don't kill yourself, and you
If
don't
you're innocent. Yeah,
hide and run if you're innocent, So,
exactly.
um, but yeah, so looking at those parents, you're like, nah, man, like you can't respect that, especially because the other parents of Gabby were like insistent and like begging them to come clean because they wanted closure about what happened to their daughter, and they never got those answers. But it's kind of clear what happened.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about is like there's so many pieces of the puzzle that it's so unfair for you not to be truthful about the situation and own up to it. That's somebody else's going back to the situation. That's somebody else's son. Like the love that I have for my son, that's somebody else has that for their son that in this situation my son ended up taking away from, robbing from another parent, which is not fair. So again, something that's pretty easy said, probably harder to do. And but thinking about it from a third person perspective right now, I would strongly advise them to come clean, and I wouldn't cover up for them.
Yeah, nah. I feel I would want to do that, but I couldn't because it's not fair to the victims, like not only the guy but the family, and fuck that. It's not the right thing to do, even though you want to protect your son, right? Um, but yeah, do you have one or no, a hot seat?
Yeah, I could not think of one, to
You
be
can't think of
honest.
one.
If I think
Okay.
of one along the way, we'll ask. But
Okay, so we're gonna do the UFC predictions for tonight because it is Saturday, and the fights are actually live right now. So I know you're going to watch it, right? You're
yes,
going you're
sir.
going to your daddy's.
Yes, sir.
Pull up the fight card. So honestly, this fucking card, bro, in my opinion, is so weak. I would never pay for this shit.
Besides the main event, right?
Yeah, how do I click the fucking card, bitch? Okay, here we go. So who do you have for the main event?
Israel.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too, bro.
Hold on. How can you click the card? I just googled it.
Um,
I want to see who's the favorite. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. I
all right.
got it. I got it.
So Israel Adesanya and Sean Strickland. Honestly, I want Sean Strickland to win, but he's probably not gonna win. If I'm being honest, Israel's way too good. I think Sean is levels behind him.
Yeah.
But I was reading comments, and someone had said this is an important fight for Sean to win because this is masculinity versus what was the other word, versus
Femininity.
like I don't know what they said, but basically
I
like the like the traditional masculine man, because that's kind of like what Sean is, which is like what people would say is toxic, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
a toxic masculine guy, but that's kind of like what masculinity really is.
Mm.
Versus what like men, what they want men to be today, which is like Israel, right? He paints his nails, he does all this weird shit, he jerks his dog off apparently, right?
He's all over TikTok and
Yeah,
crap
he
like that.
he does that,
And
like
watches anime.
paints his toes. That's to me
Yeah.
that's like the biggest thing when he wears skirts, which I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like he could get away with that because he could be like, oh, it's a traditional whatever, right? But just like the whole combination together just doesn't make it like
Yeah. No, I see that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I would be kind of happy if Sean won.
I want
You know what I
Sean to
mean?
win so bad.
I I'm an Israel fan, but like you're mentioning, a lot of the stuff that he does outside of the cage,
It's weird.
I can't get behind it. Not only that, his press conferences, he's such a
He's
cringy guy.
cringy.
Oh my, like beyond measure. But you just got to respect him in the cage. Like he's one of the best
He's
strikers to ever be in
yeah.
the UFC.
Yeah, he's so good. But
Yeah.
I don't I'm tired of him being the champion, honestly. Like he just I don't know, man.
The thing about Sean is I don't see him being champion for long, even if he
Nah,
does win. You know what I
he's
mean?
not that good. Like he's good, but he's not. He's like top five good. He's not, I don't think he's like a Dustin, right? Like he's really he's good as fuck. He's in the top of the top, but it's like he can't
I wouldn't even
stay
put
champion.
him. I wouldn't even put him next to Dustin.
Yeah, he's below Dustin for sure. But I'm saying like he's
He's
he's that type of guy, you know.
he's so lazy with it too. Like he just doesn't seem like he's taking it serious half the time. Like,
I don't know. I'm going with
and,
Israel, but
yeah.
fan wise, I want Sean Strickland to win. What about
I think.
Tai
Hold up.
Tuivasa in the next one?
I think Israel like retires him.
Sean? Nah, you're tripping, bro.
You don't think, bro? How old
Not.
is Sean?
Hey, hold on. This is something crazy that I don't know why, bro. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling there's gonna be a leg break today. I think Israel's gonna break his leg. I don't know why, bro. I just have that feeling.
I don't see that. Maybe a leg break in another event, but not. If anything, Israel breaks his leg. Sean's like a kind of a meaty ass dude with like big thick bones. I don't
Yeah,
see his legs
I
breaking.
I don't know why, bro. I just have this feeling that Israel's gonna break his leg. I don't know why. I don't know why. I feel like he's just gonna throw a leg kick and Sean's gonna block with his elbow, and boom, that's it, bro.
Wait, Israel breaks his leg.
Yeah, Israel.
That's what. Yeah, yeah. That seems more realistic. That's crazy if you call that out though.
Nah, I know. People are gonna say I pre-recorded
Because
this.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. If Sean loses, like, what's next for Sean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just always gonna float in that top 5 and never get above. You know, but
All right, next fight.
who do you got? Ty or Alexander?
I want Ty to win, but honestly, I think Alexander. The only reason is because obviously he has like that ginormous height advantage, reach advantage. Um, Ty, technically speaking, like mechanical wise, not the best fighter. I mean, he has a lot of grit and
Damn, he's 6'7".
fortitude. Oh yeah, bro, he's huge.
Damn,
He's
bro.
he's, he's humongous, bro.
Ty's fucking fat as fuck.
Yeah,
He's 6'2", 288.
yeah. I take Alexander. I feel like Alexander is a top 5 heavyweight, if I'm being honest. And I think he takes
His
it here.
record's
But
not bad. 36-10 for
mhm,
heavyweights. Usually are like fucking barely even, you know.
yeah. So, but I would like Ty to win. I don't think he is though.
I think Ty takes it. I'm gonna go for Ty.
Cool.
Just because he's
Not
on
mad at
I think 2 loss streak, so I think he's gonna figure it out.
that.
Honestly,
And to be honest,
the rest of the
yeah,
fights, I don't give a fuck about, bro. Do
yeah, me
you?
neither. Who's Felipe de
Yeah,
dos
bro. Like,
Santos, boy? Bro, zoom in on that boy.
it's Felipe. What's wrong with him, bro? You know what he
Oh,
reminds
nothing.
me of? He reminds me of a Chihuahua, bro. Right?
Hey, he'll beat your ass
He
though.
would.
Now, hey, have you ever seen Chicken? No. What's that? The Sky is Falling movie.
Chicken Little.
Chicken Little, bro. Are you zoomed in on him?
Yeah, he looks like Chicken Little, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Look up Chicken Little.
I see it.
Look up Chicken Little, bro.
Chicken Little. Let me see. Chicken Little. Oh, hell nah. I see it. And bro, you're a bully.
No, bro, dead ass. I am though. Oh man, I have a coworker, bro, that he just. That's all he calls me, bully, bro, because I just bully him the whole time.
Well, people know you as a bully from high school too.
Yeah, that's true.
So
We've talked about this.
you've always been a bully, and people call me a bully too, bro. But I don't see it.
Nah, come on, bro.
I think I'm an asshole. Don't get
You're a
me wrong.
manipulator. You're a
Nah,
manipulator.
don't say that
Above-
because the girls watching this are gonna be like, "See, I told you, I fucking told you." Don't say that shit because that's a dangerous claim.
bro, you are a manipulator, bro. Like,
How? Give me an example.
not a heinous manipulator. I'm not saying that you like deliberately try to screw people's lives over, but you manipulate people's words, the way you conversate, you turn things around. You're great at ricocheting and reflecting things off of yourself and putting it on somebody else. That's a manipulator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You manipulate certain situations, so it's not heinous. It's not
But
like you're.
it's a I can agree with that, but it's a the it's a defense, not an offense, right? So like no, for real, bro. Like if you're coming at me, I'm gonna use my manipulation powers to get that off of me as a defense.
But here's the thing: like you don't even have to be attacking you. You just always do it. It's like 24/7. It's on.
Hey, at least I'm not a bully, bro. You're a bully.
Hey, I wasn't loved as a child. Can you blame me?
I
Now
was.
the whole world is gonna feel my wrath.
Yeah, that's you sound like Hitler right now, dude.
Hey, he was a smart ass man.
Whoa.
Very influential man. One of the most influential
Whoa.
men in history, bro.
You know, did you know there's actually a theory about him not dying, that he actually escaped,
Yeah.
and
Sam Tripoli covered that.
apparently, like the U.S. spent millions of dollars to try to find him after the war. Did you know that? Because I don't know if you know, but supposedly, like when he was, like when they were invading his territory, or whatever, to kill him,
Hmm.
he supposedly killed himself right before they got there, right? And that was the whole thing. But years later, like I forgot how many years later, they tested his skull because the Russians had their skull, and they took a DNA sample from the skull, and the DNA came back as the DNA from a woman.
Mm.
And so that's kind of where that whole thing started of like actually gain weight and traction.
Because I mean, think about it. The whole like the story is that he had like a big old like party um thing, and then they all drank this poison liquid, right? Whatever it was. That ended up
Yeah.
taking everybody out with him. But who's to say that he drank it? Like,
Is that what happened? I heard that he shot himself.
no, I heard that like he got a bunch of people together and then they all drank something to take them all out. And then I'm pretty sure.
I think he shot himself, bro. Could be making that up.
Did
But
I make all that? Did I make all that up?
did I make all that up? I don't know, man. But either way, I think that's interesting that our government thought that he was alive.
Am I talking about somebody else?
How did he die? I'm pretty sure he shot himself. But yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. As a Soviet troop entered the heart of Berlin, Hitler committed suicide on April 30th in an underground bunker. Although there is some speculation about the manner of his death, it is widely believed that he shot himself.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who the fuck I was talking about. Somebody did that.
That they made some magic potion and drank it and cheers
Manipulator.
and they
You
took
hear
shots.
magic potion? The
Bruh,
devil's in the details, people.
what'd you say? What'd you say? You said some
They made
concoction.
some. Yeah, there you go. Concoction. Concoction.
Some secret
Somebody did that.
recipe. I just exaggerate your words, bro. That's it.
Manipulator, bro.
But it's funny, right?
I don't get bothered by it because I know, like, I've known you for 10 years. I know what's coming, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it how it is, and I can definitely see how other people would probably get annoyed by it
That's
because
fucked up.
you've run a lot of our friends away, by the way.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You run a lot of our friends away.
Oh, bro, there's been so many people that have come and gone all because of you.
Like who? Name two right now.
I'm the only one that
Name
can
two.
tolerate you.
Name two.
Xylos.
Whoa! I did not run him away. He just didn't want to continue talking to us.
Um,
That was more of a why did he stop talking to us?
he was just way too
I think
like
no, I
crazy.
think you and I kind of just distance,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
He was a fucked up one.
yeah. Electro,
Electro, nah, that's
Simba,
nah. You're retarded. Simba loved me.
Marky. Simba love
Marky loved me
it.
too.
Oh man, and where they at today?
I don't know. ZPR.
Exactly.
Shout out my boy ZPR. I love you, brother.
Yeah, we love you.
Fuck. I was gonna say something, bro, but I forgot. It was about the manipulation.
Masturbation.
About something about 10 years. About you. You said you know me and you know what's coming and all that shit.
I know it's coming. What's one thing that you've noticed in me in the past 10 years that has changed?
That has changed.
That has changed. It's kind of a gay question, right?
I I think I think you've been pretty much the same, bro. I think
Right.
the biggest difference in you is probably nah, bro. I think you've been the same. I think you've been
Yeah.
exactly the same. Maybe like your I don't know, maybe you're nah, you've been the same. You've been the fucking same, bro. You don't evolve. That's your problem. You've been the same
The, the,
Pokemon forever.
the crazy thing is that I was just ahead of my time.
Nah, you've been the same, man. You stayed in the past.
Now I think there's a lot of like
All right, what about
great
me
value.
though?
Hold on. I think there's a lot great value in that though. Don't you think? Like, um, I feel like I've always been myself. Like, pun intended.
Yeah.
I've been an outlier for a lot of like
I love
my
it.
my upbringing. No, for
Yeah.
real, bro. Like, out of everybody that I went to school with, like I've been that like stupid geeky kid that wanted to make YouTube videos like always since high school, and I did, you know what I mean? And like that wasn't the cool thing to do, but I made music. I made Call of Duty videos. I made vlogs. I had the man bun, and like I was just like this. I did a bodybuilding show when like really like I had no business doing a bodybuilding show. Like you know what I mean? I always did things that I wanted to do even if I was over my head and doing it. But it's always been me. You know what I mean? I just never wanted to go out with the mind of like, what if? You know what I mean? And I've never really cared to a certain extent what other people think about me. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've always kept that.
Yeah. I agree with that. What about me? What changed in me?
I feel like, and it's crazy because we talk a lot about dating dynamics in here. I feel like you've matured a lot in like that scene with like females. I feel like in comparison to when I first met you to now, you've always been kind of a smooth talker, so you could get your way around with ladies, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
But now it's just like you have at least in my perspective, I see you as like kind of like a bachelor type of dude, where it's like, um, you can get it if you want it, not that, and you're not even braggadocious about it, but you're just a guy that comes off as like, oh, you can tell that that guy pulls. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you didn't have that in the beginning.
You know,
Type of.
I was thinking about this today actually. Not about the girl specifically, but like the fact that I matured so much. Like
The confidence.
I think about how like I would handle situations when I was like 19, 20 versus how I would handle them now, and it's just completely different. And I was like, damn, bro, like I the the growth part is so exciting to me. I love it. Like just seeing like growth in yourself. That shit's fucking amazing, bro. But
Yeah.
you could do that physically, mentally, spiritually, right? And it's all the same and how it feels to better yourself. That shit's amazing, bro. And I hope I don't stop maturing. But at the same time, I want to be like mature, but be able to be a fucking little ass kid if I need to, you know? Like I want to have the best of both worlds, which is selfish, but
Yeah.
that's what I want.
No, no, no. And I think it's attainable because I think life is about balance. You know what I mean? And so, like, don't take any offense, but I was thinking about this and I was thinking about talking about it in the podcast and I totally forgot. But since we're here, I'm going to bring it up. You are that outlet for me, for me to be a kid, to remain a kid. Like, I feel like with you, I can take off, and on this platform too, I can remove the filter of me being this mature professional man on the outside world because there is a part of me that I have to be professional, right? Like I have a job to do and things along those lines. And like one of my really good friends, the one that I work out with, him and I are literally on the same path of life, and we've kind of been like that since I first met him, since like ninth grade. We grew up in high school together. We were really good friends in high school. We had our party phase in the early 20s. We both got in a serious relationship around the same time. Me with my wife, him with his chick. We both got married around the same time. Both had kids. We're literally a week apart. So like me and this guy, it's great for me to have this guy in my life because it's better for me to have someone like that than to have somebody who's single and just like living that bachelor life, kind of like you. Because
Yeah.
what's gonna happen is I'm gonna yearn for that subconsciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's good for me to have this guy that's married, family man, just like me. But I love the fact that Monday, Tuesday, you and I get together, play some video games, just kind of kick back, talk shit, and just like live it up. I feel like that keeps me young and like it rejuvenates me to a certain extent that I can't do anywhere else. And that's the
Yeah.
balance that I love about having you in my life. And you've been my best friend for like 10 years, but I don't feel like you are particularly a healthy person to have in my life 24/7, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Same with you. I think you'd bore the shit out of me. Because you're so responsible, bro, which is like, it's a good thing, you know, but I'm 25, bro. I'm a young buck. You know what I mean?
Shut the fuck up, bro. You're 25.
That's
Bro,
a young buck, bro. 25?
we're at that age where we think we're still young, but we're at the age where like people we went to school with are like lawyers,
Yeah.
teachers,
I'm a young
things
ass
like
buck, bro.
that. Hell nah, bro.
Fresh off the
But
womb.
yeah, but and that's not me taking shots at you, but that's just like something that I just been thinking about, you know what I mean, that I kind of been aware of
Nah, I
recently.
don't, yeah, well, I don't think that's good for anyone. Like, not even just like take away the fact that it's me and you. Like,
Mhm.
let's just say a married man hanging around with a single guy all the time. Like, it's the
Yeah.
same thing. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's me or you. That just that situation in general isn't a good mix for a lot of people. You know, in
Yeah.
general. So
Mhm.
I don't take it
I
personal. I understand.
Yeah, I completely agree because we recently recruited one of our high school acquaintances to start working out with us, and he's living that life, bro, and he's trying to get his life in order.
Yeah.
And so, but he's having such a hard time not partying on the weekends, not like just having one night stands with chicks and stuff like that. And he every Monday, bro, he comes back and he's like, bro, I regret. Like I drank a shitload, I ate like shit, I slept with like two chicks, and then he's like, I don't know how y'all do it. I was just like, bro, like we're just at a point of our lives where like our priorities are set to like family. You know what I mean? And if you're not ready, that's cool, but like that's no excuse for you not to take initiative and prioritize your life in the direction that you want it. Because he keeps saying he wants a more structured life. You got to take responsibility for that. And
Yeah.
a lot of that has to do is, what a lot of that has to do is sacrificing Saturday night partying or Sunday night partying, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like you got to those nights that you're spending out getting drunk, wasting a bunch of money, you can be investing time and energy into something you want to become. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I tell him, but maybe he's not ready. Hopefully he does, but
Yeah. I feel like I'm at that point too where like I'm starting to get tired of this whatever the fuck I'm living, which is like a single bachelor shit. This shit's boring now.
Yeah,
Um,
we spoke about this on the phone. Remember, you're like, yeah, I'm kind of done with it,
it's
and I
it's
respect that.
fun while it lasts, dude. Like it's super fun. Don't get me wrong. Like I can't imagine being married.
It's awesome, bro. Like,
I just play, but it's like it's tiring, bro. Honestly, like just meeting someone new all the time and like it's pointless, bro. Like nothing gets done. You know, it's honestly a waste of time.
I can't imagine being single, bro. Like,
Yeah. Especially with how
at what?
old you are, bro. Fuck.
You know what's interesting? I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, and they were talking about how the question that one of their fans asked them was, "Who has a higher body count?" They're twins. I mentioned them here on the pod, and like they talked about it, whatever. And they're like, you know what? The craziest thing is that there's this misconception that you rack up your body count in your early 20s when that's totally off. It's it's really like at the latter end of your 20s. Like once you're hitting close to 30 is when girls like want you. And they both talked about how in their early 20s, yeah, they picked up chicks here and there, but right now in their life, they're like 28, 29, like they just got into serious relationships, but before that they're like, bro, girls are just throwing themselves at us, and young girls too, like 23,
Yeah.
24, 22.
Well,
and so
well,
they're
go ahead. I'll mention it after.
and so they're like, yeah, it's all a misconception. Like the little bit older you get for men, the more women you pick up.
Yeah, I think that's because girls in general like older men for the most part.
I feel like
But
they like established men,
yeah,
like
but
men that seem like they got it figured out.
yeah, exactly. But they don't even have to have it figured out. They just got to seem like they do. Like a
Exactly.
guy that's
Mhm.
looks well put together is attractive, and that comes with age. Comes with that too, you know. Because if you're older, you're more likely to have that done, you know. So that's very true. Like I don't know if I probably said this before, but I was talking to some girl that said that she's like 23, right? She doesn't like when she meets people her age, she doesn't take them seriously. Like she said she sees them as little kids, like,
So funny, right? How they see it.
and they're her age, right? And she's like, they're just little kids. Like I don't see them like that. They're not interesting to me. Like I like older men. Like she's into like men, you know, like that's what she
This,
likes.
this guy was talking about how when he was 18, his chick broke up with her, or his chick broke up with him because she wanted to talk to a guy. She was like, I can't be with you because I don't want to date somebody who's in high school. And he's like, bitch, you're in high school.
Yeah,
Like, how does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But if you really think about it, like I said, like they like men who are established. Who gets the most chicks in high school? The guy who has the car, the
yeah.
guy who dresses better. The
What it's
and
the status. Yeah,
it's a status, but not only that. Here's something that is super underrated that for the men listening, once you attain, women will start to be more attracted to you. Emotional intelligence. Like once you start to get a hold of how to control yourself emotionally, how to address women's emotions, it's over, bro. Like it's kind of like a mind game type of thing.
yeah. I want to get better at that, bro, because I'm very like if I get angry, bro, like I'll raise my voice, and that's something I don't want to do. What?
Sound like
No,
an abusive ass boyfriend,
no,
bro.
bro. Well, that's because like I'm patient, right? But
Yeah.
if you keep testing my patience, like I'm a all right. Like it's obviously being patient isn't working, so I'm a turn it up a little bit, bitch. If you don't, nah, I just playing.
I don't see you as that type. I see you
I'm
more of
not.
like the ignoring type.
Yeah, I am.
Like I
I
don't see you
am.
getting mad, but like, hey, like, fuck away from me type.
Yeah, yeah. But I want to be more of a gentleman, bro. That's one of my goals. You know,
Yeah.
like even
That's,
if some girls like being crazy, be like, there, little one. You know, just be the bigger person. That's what I want.
yeah, but I don't even want to bring it up because you get annoyed when I bring it up. But yeah. Anyways, continue.
That's it. That's it. Bring it up because I'm about to end the podcast.
It was gonna be about temperaments, and I know you don't
I
like
fucking hate that shit.
that.
Get it? That's like That's just fake, bro. Like
Nah, bro.
when you say that, it's the equivalent to when the girl says,
No,
what's your sign?
no.
Are you a Gemini? That's what I hear when you say that shit.
No, so like when I say temperaments, to me in my head, it's equivalent to body types. So like you know how somebody is a mesomorph, an endomorph, or a or did I say mesomorph? Or an ectomorph, right?
Sure.
Meaning some people are just naturally skinny, some people are just naturally chunky, or some people are right down the middle, right? So for temperaments, it's like when you meet somebody who's loud and obnoxious and you just don't understand why, that's their temperament. Like they're just that loud person. Do you know how like there's people that in public they shine, that they're like that party starter, whatever, whatever. And then there's that shy person like you, very conservative, that you shell up and you only open up when somebody approaches you and you small talk.
Yeah.
How else do you explain this other than you have personality temperaments?
I'm a Gemini. How else do you
What,
explain it?
what ended all that? That shit was that was funny.
All right, guys. Thank you guys again for watching. Please comment a number one if you're down to buy a T-shirt, and we're gonna sell those soon. Yeah, we'll see you guys in next week's episode. Anything else you want to add, brother?
Nah, that's it,
That's
man.
it.
That
All
was
right.
a
Well,
fire ass
yeah,
podcast.
we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.